It's a hot day. I hope everything survives. First step will be to post the system. Really don't like it when there's is it F2 is advanced mode or something? So it's been a while since I've streamed Comet Lake. Have a little bit of LN2 in the house today, so I thought I would finally stream a little bit on LN2. So I'm going to do actually it's just showing 8.6 gigahertz. I wish I could show that on stream, but it's actually just out of picture. There we go, 8.6. Done. End of stream. New frequency world record on Intel. Okay, so that's obviously not correct. Let's go from first principles, as they say, which probably should, I don't know if I should turn that off. So Geekbench 3 and maybe a little bit of Geekbench 4 later on. Nice cameras. Yeah, I actually have a command if you want to see the setup I use. I think it's just called Stream Rig. Yeah, there you go. So it's nothing too fancy, but it's proven kind of reliable. Let's just go to that list quickly. We've got time. Yeah, so I just use pretty basic lenses and stuff, but what I like is the Micro Four Thirds system. So I have two G7s, I've got a G85 and a GH2, so I can run up to 4 cameras, which is quite nice. I don't have any of this. Yeah, Ronnie, the quality has increased a little bit, so I don't have any of the what you call it, IO stuff, like the ACES ROG extension, any of that way of feeding that telemetry or whatever back into the stream. So the way I get around that is just by basically pointing a camera at the postcode and basically having as many cameras as possible. So I'm running 3 at the moment. I can run a 4th one, so sometimes I have a 4th camera just to look at like bits of hardware on the desk or whatever. This camera is nice because it's a fisheye, so it has a really wide angle of view, so it's nice for like showing the pour and stuff. But yeah, anyway, this is the list of stuff. Nothing. I got a bit lucky on the capture cards because I had all these capture cards and I sold them during the height of COVID. So I was able to basically, by selling all of these crappy little capture cards, I was able to finance a quad input HDMI Blackmagic one, which is really, really nice. And then for the screen capture itself, I have an Elgato. I ran actually through 3 different Elgato cards and settled on this HD60 Pro. It was the most reliable for resolution switching and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I'm happy with it. I'm sure there's always room for improvement. Actually, all of this is out for RMA at the moment. Got some LEDs, got a clamp. Anyway, enough about that. Yeah, telemetry is never real time. That's true. That is very, very true. Man, it's a hot day today. I'm glad it's not 30 degrees because then I wouldn't be able to do anything stream-wise, I think. I mean, I can use a desk fan, but that's often not enough with all of the rigs running. All right, 50 degrees on the CPU. Let's splash a little bit of LN2 maybe. Just gotta pour some. Hi Mythical, by the way. help to have the heater connected. That's better. Now we have a fan. And a socket heater. Just one more thing I need to add. Whoops. That's what 4K looks like on a 1080 stream. All right, that's a bit more reasonable. Just rig. It's just rig. Exclamation point rig. I'll go to maybe -20 or something. Did I get it calibrated? Actually, I didn't. I kind of figured out that the first input is good, so I usually just use the first input. And there's not that much of a difference between the two inputs. It's like $200 to get it calibrated. So yeah, I know. Next calibration date is due, definitely. So I've got my Royals under here. I've been a bit lazy about binning my A2, and now that 16 gig sticks are a thing, it's kind of dumb. I have so many kits of A2 lying around, and yeah, already sort of redundant. Roboting? Okay. Is everyone else hearing that as well? Okay. I won't change anything then. Okay, I'll start off at 1.95 DRAM. $4,600. 1.4. Your Twitch being dumb. It's not the first time. -25. I think turbo is usually the best. just set 50-50. .6 IO apparently. Let's disable all this crap. Let's just try for something basic. Even 350 TRFC. This is the first cold session, so I'm basically just trying to get full pod working and stuff. I don't know, let's see even if that posts. All right, that was step one. Where's our, okay, let's go 1.6 IO. Let's start at 1.4 SA. PLL 1.6. NOC 1.6. Literally just going off notes here. vCore voltage we want fixed. Okay, calibrate myself. That's interesting. Didn't know that. I have a feeling I'll need more SA than that. Okay, that was a very quick reboot. And let's disable some of this power saving crap. Especially crap like voltage optimization. I'd imagine those are not good on cold. And we don't want a down bin either. Where was that? Just another reboot. You wish yours booted that quickly. Well, I'm not doing anything special here. I'm doing the exact opposite of something special. Just cookie cutter. Okay, let's see if we get to 4800 bootable at 1.4 SA, which I doubt, but let's just see what happens. Yeah, I set 1.4 vCore. That seems alright. Let's see how cold I can go, actually, if this boots, which it should. Automatic repair. Okay, well, let's keep going up on SA then. Where's our VCC ST? Must be under advanced. Am I blind? ST sustain, that sort of makes sense, doesn't it? Let's set that and SA to 1.55. Can I help you? Maybe. What's your question? Okay, let's reattempt booting and grab some more LN2. All right, let's do it like this. Let's back down the RAM again and boot into the OS to see if it actually has issues. I can just re-image it. Whatever, let's do something dumb like whatever, 3866. Really doesn't matter. Where can I learn what socket and die vCore load is? How do I see what is my actual socket and die voltage under load? You're new to overclocking. I don't think that really matters that much, to be honest. I don't know what my actual vCore is right now. I just go by whatever the motherboard reports. There's voltage read points here too, but it's all about your ballpark figures anyway. So I don't think 1.45 volts will kill, you know, if 1.4 didn't kill, if you get my drift. VR, V out, not sure what that is. All right, so the OS tried to repair itself. Hybrid monitor tells you, yeah, there's your real answer. Just go buy hybrid monitor. Time for a snack. It should load now. All right. I think I need to set lower maximum. I just set whatever, but that seems to be too high. Yeah, let's pour a bit more. Still on auto. Oh, it went back to auto when I changed the mode. Okay, thanks for pointing that out. Okay, let's try again. On Comet Lake, I'm not so sure. On older generations, what's this? Blue screen. On older generations, I would have said for multi-core, you don't want to go above 1.85. It's probably still a little bit high, but that's definitely the limit from my point of view. Weird. What's 79? Let's do a clear bias and also glaze the pot while we're at it. All of them, yes, that's a good answer. Definitely all of them. But today it's 10900K. No, turbo isn't bad. Turbo is fine. Turbo is recommended. Alright, let's try one reboot. Let's go up in SA. The button placement isn't great on this board. I'm glad I have little wires at the bottom here. Okay. 1.6. See what happens here. I thought this OS did quite well on Geekbench. I'm just restoring it, not having used it in years, well, months. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Well, I haven't overclocked the core yet, so HT on. It's a hot day, so that's not helping for the sticks. Alright, that seems to have done the trick. 4800. Maybe I should pour some on the sticks as well. That might improve my fortunes. I might do a 6G run at minus 100. Nearly there. Well, the first digit is always going to be 1, so if it's not on screen, then you'll forgive me, hopefully. All right. Okay, that applied. And also applied. Let's just do a run. It's obviously not going to be great. Well, let's just do a run. Best snack ever. Thins, please sponsor me. Light and tangy. So we passed Jykestra, that's always good. $57K. I don't know if that's good or bad. Let's save it anyway. It would help if I had a screenshotting utility. Okay, just gotta get some more LN2. Oh, okay, around what it should score. That's good. Um, next checkpoint might be minus 140 or so. Not really happy with my glaze though. I'm getting weird full pot vibes now, actually, which is really, really weird. But okay, I'll take it. I'll monitor the temps to make sure they don't go lower. But it seems like minus 120 is full pot. I don't know why. Maybe the probe is a bit loose. Yeah, it's not going below minus 120, so this is actually full pot. I'll take it. It's like Christmas came early. Let's do should do 6.5 at 1 point. Okay, let's go 1.65. Let's be charitable. Don't want to starve the chip of voltage basically for no reason. So that's applied. That's applied. I'm just getting a valid as well, just for shits and giggles basically. Okay, let's give that a run. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah, it's pretty bad, isn't it? But I mean, full pot is full pot. You can tell from how it bubbles whether it's full pot or not. So I don't really care that it's not showing full pot on the probe. $61.4. We're getting places. I might just, well, no, I'll screenshot it. What did I say? It was 61.4. So Encore, according to High Cookie, Encore causes cold boot bug failures. So I'm gonna keep the Encore low for a while, and I'll just do. I mean, what would be the logical next step? 6.7, I suppose. That's a hang. Got a hard power cycle. Reset button did nothing. Let's see if it comes back. Probably not, but let's give it a little bit of time. Nobody knows since nobody benches with super micro. Okay. So what doesn't work on regular stuff? Oh, you mean 4-way SLI and all that? But you can use the SLI patch. Okay, let's touch up a bit. Oh, okay. So that's handy. When the probe shows 100, which I don't know what 100 actually means, that's the cold boot bug. Welcome, Afron, by the way. So what do we want to do here? Got all our volts set, but we do need to I think the next logical step would be to full pod in OS, and while the system is still running, do a reboot to see what happens then. All right, time for the big pour. All right, mouse is still reacting. Now, instead of crashing at full pod, let's see if we can restart at full pod. I'm gonna get more LN2. So that's as described by Hi Cookie. Oh, almost looked like a crash. So full pod reboot is working. Now we just got to figure out. So 6.5 at 1.65 vCore worked. 6.7 didn't want to apply. Let's try 6.7 at 1.7. Just gotta wait for it to flip over in CPU Z. I don't know if that's really the moment in time where it gets applied, but I don't want to take any chances that it's not applied when I'm trying to apply the core overclock, because that would be an insta hang. So here's 6. Just making sure 6.5 still works. Interesting. Okay. Got to torch up again. So right around that 100, 101, 102, as per the probe, which we know isn't actually that temperature. For X299, you have to be careful because certain chips have fewer SLI lanes or PCIe Express lanes. I think the first chip that has the full 96 lanes or whatever it is the 7900X. The 7820X has more lanes than KBX, but fewer than the rest of Skylake X. Same goes with for the 6 core that nobody uses. So bias is showing 0 degrees. No evidence of a crack yet, I suppose, but one thing that we can do is we can dial in. Sometimes going to, making too big of a change in multiplier can be an issue. So let's try booting 6G at 1.6 vCore. All right. So let's verify. Just trying to get a bit of ventilation going here. So we booted 6G, 1.6 V core. What is... It's starting to smell a crack here, so let's do a validation and see. No, that didn't move. All right, let's assume that everything's fine. At this point, we're just trying to set it, so I'm tempted to go higher in vCore. Let's go 1.8. What could possibly go wrong? And we can also baby step the multiplier, so let's go 6.2, 6.4, 6.5, 6.6. No. All right. Next step will be to run Geekbench at full pot and see how the temperature monitoring goes. Just waiting for it to stop bubbling. No, I'm not actually running out of gas. It's just the head is pretty fucked on it. I probably needed a new torch head. Also, because there's so many vapors in there that it's a very oxygen poor environment. So the hopefully I'm describing this right, but I think like the torch kind of draws in oxygen from somewhere to actually light the flame. I'm guessing through these holes. I don't know, I could be talking out of my ass, but anyway, point is for it to be able to ignite it needs oxygen, and in the pot there's very little of that at the moment. So another thing worth checking actually is some platforms don't like a massive delta between on-core and core. So actually the next step would be to boot 6G 5.5 on-core and then run it with temperature monitoring in the background. Use oxyacetylene, okay. We have to make sure we set all this other stuff. That we set previously but neglected to save a profile for. Okay, this should be reasonable. Alright, that was dumb. I pulled down too quickly. It's cold bugging again. From, do you ever do LN2 or just chiller? Let's wait for it to go through its automatic repair tango. Or maybe it won't even do that. So now we've got 5/5 encore. Let's pull down. Maybe let's even do it during a run. No, wrong Geekbench. All right, no evidence of a crack. Let's get more LN2. $57K. that Encore helped quite a bit compared to the 57.2k with relaxed Encore. Let's maybe see what we can do in that area. Come on, CPU-Z. LN2 too expensive in Denmark. Just gonna loop through the bench a little bit just to see what's going on with it. So this is 6.6. Well, 6.3 on the core, 6.3 on the Encore, not 6.6 on the core. Almost looked like a hang. All these sixes. 60 multiplier on the core, 60 multiplier on the Encore, 1.6 V core. Okay, so that's definitely looks like an Encore setting that I can safely use from now on. So that's nice. I wonder if this is a low voltage chip. Let's explore. I do feel like it should require a little bit more V core than that. So 1.65. Let's just step up and see what happens. 6.4. Let's save that. I don't know. I don't have a retail chip. Seems fine. It did on Chiller it did 5.9 valid, so it's probably quite a good chip, but I wouldn't say it's like outstanding or anything. So that's 61.1. Let's actually make a note of that just to get an idea of so 65, I think 45 was 61.4k, 6460 was 61.1k, and then whatever the other ones were, 6045 was 57.2k. Okay, this is back to 6.5. Should be a new Best score if it passes. Hey, Tay, Ty, how do you pronounce that? Welcome. In time for it to all go tits up. Yes, you and me, both. All right, almost 62k. That's nice. So that's an extra 800 points over the previous 6-5 score. Let's call it 62k. Let's keep going with this low V core until we can't keep going anymore. Seems to be working nicely. We are full pocked. Just doesn't want to do it. All right, let's catch up with chat. No special bias for ES chips. It might get if you have the earliest stepping of ES chip, then the chip might get misreported in CPU Z, but it's still gonna work. Double spoke in WhatsApp. Double spoke. Don't know what that's referring to. Tatey, okay. Hi Tatey. He should have mod now. Alright, time to torch up again. Gonna do LN2 anytime soon, Teddy? I think you did it in the past, right? 44. How are those DDR3 775 boards going, Mythical? Did you sell them yet? I wonder if it will just boot 6060. $32, okay. So how do you bin them? What's your method? Time to pull down again. What are you gonna run on LN2, Teddy? Oh, Japan. Let's do like a 6.2 run. $59.5. Okay. Well, we obviously need to go higher in vCore. But let's first do a 6562 run. All right, I'm going to torch up to positive temperatures. Seems like it might be cracked. Actually, I'm going to do one more attempt at a higher V-core. No, Afram. I haven't invested in 16 gig sticks yet. I probably should. Yeah, heatsink isn't necessary. I think there's a lot of fake news going on about VRMs. Okay, let's try something fun. We won't set this in OS, but is it going to post it? So freaking weird. Not even full pod, and it's setting this in bias. It's not really surprising me, but it is also a bit of an issue. To be fair though, this is at 1.7 V-core. Maybe it was just hungry for more V-core. See if it passes. Okay. Only ever so slightly faster than the previous run, but we'll take it. 1.7 volts. Okay, actually let's step up the encore until we get to 62.1. Man. Max mem OC at CL6 1.6 VMB. Interesting. Yeah, using an Inferno. Well, the obvious solution now is try and boot 6.6 at man, these crisps are addictive. Time for more LN2. Let's grab a valid. 1.7 volts. 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 1.7 volts What do you think, guys? Is 1.7 V-Core enough to pass the bench? Or am I silly? Actually, both of those statements can be true simultaneously. Here we go. JJ, it is full pot. My probe is just fucked. It's quite useful though, because when it shows minus 120, that's full pot, and when it shows minus 100, that's cold boot bug. So actually, in a weird way, it's helping me out. Right. What's our next step now? So that was a power down, mid bench. Could try that at a higher V core. It is actually a probe that will read minus 190 at full pot. But either something's wrong with my temperature, my fluke basically, or the probe is loose. Since 1.7 is still pretty low, I will have to try higher V core. Hopefully that wasn't OCP on the PSU. Yeah, this is by no means a final run. This is literally the first time I'm taking this chip and this board cold. I know that Geekbench, you do typically want to adjust BCLK and multiplier mid-run, but I'm not going to be doing that today. Hello, capture cards. A9 would suggest bias, but I'm not seeing any bias. Alright, let's give it a reboot. No, not if I can avoid it. Alright, that's looking better. I'll let it do a straight boot. It doesn't seem to have reset the BIOS settings, so I'll just let it do a straight boot instead. That may have been a little bit too warm. Well, what's the point of anything really, right? If you really think about it, what is the point of getting up out of bed in the morning? What's the point of eating, sleeping, going to school, going to work, earning money, spending money? At the end of the day, there's really no point to anything, right? And overclocking falls into the exact same category. But it is fun. And fun is a very abstract concept. Some people think it's silly. I think it's fun. If you don't like that, watch a different Twitch stream. All right, 6-6. It's completely fake news that the lifespan of components get reduced by overclocking. That's complete BS. And when you get out of bed in the morning, you may reduce your lifespan. That may be the day you get hit by a bus. So if you average that out over all of humanity, getting out of bed in the mornings reduces your lifespan for sure, because some people get out of bed and they get hit by a bus that day, and if they hadn't gotten out of bed, they wouldn't have gotten hit by a bus. Flawless logic, right? All right, so 1.7 didn't pass. Let's give it 2. Yeah, I'm not sure. Just not sure overall what direction we should be going in, but let's go 1.275 and see what happens. Pour LN2 on your head. Well, depending on how hot it is where you are right now, that might actually be good. Yes, so basically that's what I'm getting at. That's exactly what I'm getting at. There's no point to anything in life, right? There's no meaning to it. And I don't mean that in a depressing or like pessimistic way. I'm just saying that's a liberating thing. That means whatever you do, however silly you may think you are being by, you know, participating in a weird hobby like this, don't, because the only way you can determine whether something you do is worthwhile is like within yourself, basically. Like if staying in bed and reading is your favorite thing in the world, just fucking do it. And don't let society tell you otherwise. Alright, hopefully this is not an OCP issue. Could have been just a random fail as well. I think it was like DFFT, wasn't it? Well, that's unfortunate. Cheaper, safer hobby than cars or bikes. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay. starting to smell OCP. But I'm not really sure what I can do about it. Does my wife approve of my overclocking? I don't have a wife. It's the best way. Frying your chips. I'm just gonna have to have another look at bias settings, because obviously there's two different ways you can OCP. It can be sort of hardwired into your PSU, or it can be a bias setting. And to be honest, I haven't really fully gone through all the sub menus and things, so I'll just double check. Bias is a reset. That's actually what we want right now. Okay, first port of call would be here. Yes, so I'll have to disable this power limit for sure. It won't hurt. It may not help, but we'll see if it. And then under here, under these VRM settings, there may be something as well. Ah, current protection. Yes, we definitely need that. No question about it. So let's make those two changes and change nothing else. And then we can see what's going on. Okay, so current protection, extreme, of course. That's probably what's going to do it. I'm tempted to up these switch rates too, but I won't. And let's go to the absolute max here. Yeah, that was a silly thing to leave on auto, but it's my first cold session on this board, so I can't be too harsh on myself. Okay, disabling turbo power limits, disabling CPU current protection. Those are two solid changes to make. Let's go. We're much too warm. Let's just boot it with no OC and just let the OS recover that way, and then we can reboot and reapply. F8. Okay, I can try that as well. I'm not really that familiar with Win 10. I don't really overclock on Win 10 cold all that much. It's pretty recent development that Win 10 has been discovered to be the best for Geekbench 3. Boot looping. Maybe I need to apply cold volts. Maybe it's just a slow post. I can let it warm up a bit. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I disabled automatic repair on 7. On 10 I haven't really cared enough yet, but maybe I should. How to disable automatic repair. Oh, it's actually the same as on 7. Come on. I don't like how those weird balls stop rotating as if it's crashed. Just another way in which Windows 10 is inferior to Windows 7. Let's just double check that our two little settings are still there. That's disabled. It's on extreme. Okay. There's our boot. Now let's get more LN2. Back to full pot. Still gonna go 1.725. I don't think that should be too far outside of. Ooh. We somehow managed to revert to an old profile. That's okay. Even if 1.725 is a little bit too much, 6.6 should be low enough that pumping a little bit too much voltage shouldn't be an issue. That's baby step or multiplier again. Please apply. So it hasn't fixed our GTL issues. So we still need to boot 6.6. Kmart, Mart Thermos, yeah, exactly. They down me a lot though. But what's the alternative in Australia? I ask you. Yeah, no. I hate an unlock. Just be enabled all the time. Oh, fuck. Who needs in-OS overclocking anyway? It's overrated. All right, please pass. So much preparation has gone into this one run, which will probably fail anyway. Multiplier buttons, yes. Those were good. Actually, the Z370 LN2 still has them. Hopefully they make an LN2 board again sometime. DFFT. It passed. Oh, that's a nice boost. Let's not forget to actually save the save file. So that's a 62.9K. Maybe it's time to have a go at BCLK. Okay, that's one way of getting almost 6-7. Maybe that's the answer, eh? I just gave it a good shot. I mean, 6-7 multi-core load is starting to get sort of into a respectable area. Okay, Jikestar doesn't actually pass. That's a memory bench. I mean, I could drop down one multi. Mem multi. Can't even see VDDR on here. Oh, am I dumb? Where's VDDR? Oh, here we go. Whatever, let's give it a little bit more. Yeah, okay. So there's our full pot reboot. The only issue now is what changes can I make in BIOS and still be able to reboot full pot? Probably not many, to be completely honest about it. Yeah, that might be a hang already. Like a hard hang. Okay, well, I need more LN2 anyway. Best kind of sub-zero overclocking. I don't know, sometimes it sort of holds me back a bit. I don't know. There's good aspects and there's bad aspects. Alright, let's refill. So I don't want memory megahertz to get in the way. So I will drop one multi to 4666, I guess. No, audio isn't delayed. As I just spill all my sparkling water on the floor. All right, time. To lower this. Is 4700 going to be enough? Depends on how much I want to push BCLK. Let's go with 4666. That was a bit of a sloppy pour, if I can say so myself. 09. MSI best at dying, best at not getting the best score. Okay, let's clear again. That's clear, and atomic bomb. Go 4600. I don't really care about the memory not being up there. I just want to see what the core can do. So maybe 4666 is a bit of a hole on this IMC or on these. I don't know. I don't know what's going on really, but let's try 4600. Sparkling water tastes like white noise. How do you know what white noise tastes like? Sparkling water is actually my nope, desert island drink. Don't believe what people say about wine and stuff. Sparkling water is the real connoisseur's drink. That looks better actually. There's no slow mode on this goddamn thing, is there? I just assumed it didn't apply the max turbo multiplier straight away, but it seems to be having difficulty with the multi now. Yeah, it's not great. Let's try the same thing just to make sure it's the multi. That should clearly post. Famous last words, I know. How can it be this unhappy at a lower memory multiplier? It just doesn't make any sense. Okay. So that worked. Now let's reboot and try 6662 again. Can't hit delete too early, can't hit it too late. I think that encore, setting encore shouldn't, well, encore won't make a big difference anyway. Let's just focus on our core here. Yeah, let's not fall into the encore trap. Before I slip on my sparkling water, gotta mop it up. Okay. And points, yeah, 0.725. Okay, so 6.6. Lower memory multiplier. Encore could be causing the same issues. Yes, I had the same issue applying a multi in OS with the Encore. So that's why I'm sort of avoiding it. So now, nice relaxed memory, nice relaxed Encore, same core voltage as before, but trying to pass 6666. Which, well, we got as far as Dijkstra the last time, so I was about to say it seemed like it was going to pass, but that doesn't mean anything, getting as far as Dijkstra. Daily driver, yes. Oh, absolutely. If you're retired and a millionaire, this is the perfect way to spend your retirement, running this as a daily. DFFT, SFFT, we're through the worst of it. Oh, there we go, 63k. Now we're talking. Fuck, it took a while, but 6660 at 101 at 1.75 V equals 63.2k. Nice. Now what do I do now? More core or more encore? Or more V-core? So many questions. Let's try, what's our memory at? That's still very civilized, so I think we can attempt to set 102, but with only one CPU Z open. I'm not taking any chances. GTL is being so buggy as is. Please apply. Okay. That's definitely worthy of another run. I should just have enough LN2. I'll have to drip feed the LN2. All right. 63.9k. At just over 6.7. We're getting more encore out of the BCLK as well anyway, so it's not as ridiculously low as it might have been. So that's 63.9. All right, definitely got to get some more LN2. Right. Okay, it's time to, well, I'm first gonna do a valid. And then it's time to go half BCLK steps. Because over 3 megahertz of BCLK in OS change is dodgy on all kinds of different levels. So, but with only one CPU Z open, all right. This is where we're starting to get into interesting territory. 2 hours and 18 minutes into the stream. Very timely. Okay, 64.2. Let's note that down straight away. 6660 at 102.5 at 1.725 is 64.2. Okay. Power supply fan starting to fin. Yes. Power supply fan starting to spin. It's always a good sign that you're really, especially in 2D. If you get the power supply fan to spin, it's like a tongue twister. You know you're on the right track on LN2. Because usually 2D doesn't do that. But on LN2 it will. I want to keep it nicely topped up. I don't want to crash for no reason. Let's grab a valid as well, why don't we? Starting to get tempted by upping the encore, but let's not do that. All right, 103 applies. Should I go for an even 6-8 or is that greedy? Let's try. There you go, 6-8. Let's knock out a valid. Let's do it. No. All right. That's okay. We can still give it more vCore. It seems to have applied. Let's give it a little bit of time to maybe cool down a little bit. It's still sort of bubbling from the last run. Okay, well that's, you know, that's sort of expected. Now let's see if we can safely downclock. And go back to our previous setting. And see if we can push Encore a little bit. Might actually even save this as a profile. All right, let's try. What's the worst that can happen? A hang. Okay. Yeah, I think it really seems as though we have to boot both the right Encore multiplier and the right core multiplier. While I'm waiting for that to bubble off. So we have a 64.2K pass. I have to be happy with that. That's almost 6.8. It's pretty low, pretty low vCore, probably a crap mount, so have to be happy with that. Come on, interwebs. Man, how robot is slow. Okay, here we are. Well, I thought it might load. Oh, we actually have a blocker enabled. Ah, not a million minds behind Bob and Zed. So it was a 64.2. Yeah. Not great, not terrible. Alright, let's Zorge up. How many chips? It's hard to know. What's the end goal of this? Harbor points. It's like anything, right? Like when someone wins the NBA championship, they're not like, okay, let's not try next year. They keep playing until the end of their career, or like an injury ends their career prematurely. I don't know what kind of analogy you would like me to give. You know, like when a politician becomes prime minister, they don't or president or whatever. They don't just give up after one term. They're not like, oh, okay, I've had enough of this. I mean, sometimes happens, but most likely it doesn't. What's a realistic encore even? So what did Bob do? They should. Very, very harsh. Let's go. Let's try 6-3. 6-3. At a like this is really like pushing it. Come on. I mean, again, you know, like there's so many sports, there's so many competitive things around in the world. Like people try their whole lives to become good at like archery or something. Like I'm not into archery, but I don't go, what's the end goal of this? If you hit the bullseye 17 times in a row, you just quit. You know, it's the same with overclocking. Not that I'm anywhere close to my end goal, like anywhere even remotely close to an end goal here, but you know, I mean, even 62 could be worth a rerun, to be honest. '62 has booted before. No. Yes, that's what I intended to do. That seemed close. Not entirely sure where to go from here. Maybe just reboot. Too warm. Oh, That was really close. But no cigar. Just need to go a little bit colder. It got to desktop, but there's no mouse or keyboard. Thanks for hanging out, JJ. I will need the good luck. Let's go one encore lower then. Maybe we just need more of this. That's probably the cause. Eureka! We have mouse movement. It's an exciting development. 6-6 and 6-3. Let's try a gentle BCLK increase first. Now, just now. That's gonna do it. I might keep messing with this platform just for another half an hour off stream, but I think I've got to call it here. We've got a good result out. Well, considering it's my first cold session on Z490, we've gotten a respectable result out. There's obviously issues. Maybe I need to talk to Gigabyte about, maybe I have the wrong GTL version or something. I don't know why it's so reluctant to set multipliers in OS. Obviously, booting up at your multi-core LN2 V-core and multiplier is not the right way to go about it. Yeah, no complaints. Yeah, exactly. Nothing died. Got a result. I know the chip's pretty decent. I think with a better mount, like it might do like 6/8 in a bench, which is decent. I have a second chip anyway. I'm sort of tempted to throw that into the same board and see what happens with it. But obviously I need working GTL. It could be something as simple as the management engine missing. It's weird how it lets you set multipliers on ambient and then complains like this on cold. But anyway, long and the short of it is, you know, thanks for watching. Probably not gonna have a stream on Wednesday, but maybe we'll see. I still have about 40 liters of LN2 left, so maybe there'll be another LN2 stream. I haven't really decided yet, but maybe on Ivy Bridge or something. Probably not Comet Lake. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. Until next time.